When the market goes up, you go up. When the market goes down, you don't go down. Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
Welcome to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Brad is a retirement and income specialist, primarily serving Springfield, but he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Pistole is a licensed life insurance professional in the states of Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas, and he specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
And now, here to talk with you about securing your retirement, your host, Brad Pistole.
Hello, this is Brad Pistole, your host, welcoming you to Safe Money Radio. I am an asset and retirement protection specialist and your one-stop source for capital preservation and strategic income planning. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Brad Pistole, a certified financial fiduciary, a 2022 Springfield Business Journal trusted advisor, and a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. And I've been hosting Safe Money Radio from our home office right here in Ozark, Missouri, every single week on multiple stations since 2010. Now, today we're going to be talking about one of the most important topics there is when it comes to retirement income planning. That's when and how to claim your Social Security benefits. Now, why is this so important? Well, you see, it's estimated that more than 50% of all retirees receive more than 50% of their income from Social Security. When one single thing represents more than 50% of your income, making sure you understand when and how to file is very important. In September of 2022, I was the guest Social Security expert for Heather Schreiber's National Social Security newsletter. This newsletter goes out to subscribers all across the country, and it's focused on Social Security planning for retirement. The title of my article was Indirect Taxes Can Be Double Trouble for Seniors. Now, if you would like to read this article, just give us a call anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You can also visit our website anytime at www.guaranteedsafemoney.com. We want to make sure our listeners have access to the best and the correct information regarding Social Security planning. Why is this important? Well, as you know, when it comes to any topic, you will always be able to find various opinions about that topic, and many of those opinions will be in direct opposition to each other. So who do you trust? How do you know what advice to follow? Let me give you a good example. I recently went to lunch in a restaurant in Springfield, and they had a local TV station on the TV. Someone had a paid advertisement on, and they were being interviewed about Social Security. I listened to the advice they gave to the listeners, and I disagreed 100% with what they said. Then they proceeded to offer everyone a free Social Security report, and they invited people to their upcoming Social Security planning seminar. Now, I'm sure you've seen or heard multiple offers like this by multiple people on television and radio, and here's the problem. If you take the time to Google the person I listened to on the television that day, or do any research about them, you will quickly find out that this self-proclaimed expert on Social Security doesn't have any financial designations regarding Social Security. In fact, they don't have any financial designations at all. Now, they do have a license to practice as a financial professional, which simply means they passed a few exams several years ago, but since that time, they don't have any specialized degrees or financial designations to make them the expert that they claim to be. In other words, their advice is simply based on their opinion, and that opinion might or might not be based on what is actually in your best interest. You see, I take education seriously. I have a degree in education, and I have 3 financial designations. I am a certified financial fiduciary, a certified annuity specialist through the Institute of Business and Finance, and a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. Now, in addition to these designations, I've been a member of the Ed Slott Master Elite IRA Advisor Training Group since 2010. I have taken part in more than 20 three-day sessions training with Ed Slott, a CPA. When it comes to my opinion regarding Social Security planning, I can assure you of this. It's backed by extensive education. You see, I've been in the Savvy Social Security Planning Network for more than a decade. Now, this was created by a certified financial planner and my friend, Elaine Floyd. I have worked with National Social Security Advisor Heather Schreiber for many years. I've had her as a guest on this show and on YouTube many times over the years. In the Retirement Income Certified Professional course through the American College of Financial Services, there are 18 different core topics that are covered regarding retirement income planning. This includes things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, life insurance, fixed annuities, fixed indexed annuities, variable annuities, reverse mortgages, estate planning, and of course, Social Security. In fact, Social Security planning is covered in depth in the RICP course. They emphasize just how important this one topic is, as it often represents more than 50% of the income for those in retirement. So let me ask you this. When it comes to your retirement planning, who are you listening to for advice? Is it someone that you've listened to on the radio or maybe saw on TV? Or maybe you received something from them in the mail? If so, have you taken the time to Google that person or that financial firm? Have you looked to see if there are any financial designations or specialized education for these individuals? Have you looked them up on their state's insurance website to see if there has ever been a claim or complaint filed against them? Have you looked them up on FINRA.org to see if they have ever been involved in a lawsuit against them? You see, if you do, you can actually see if they have been sued, why they have been sued, and whether or not they settled the lawsuit and paid fines and fees associated with it. Friends, in this day and age, I don't know why anyone would hand over their life savings to someone before performing a thorough background check on them. If you want to find out why we are different than 99% of all the people who call themselves financial experts, just call us at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I'll let my clients tell you why they have chosen to work with us and why they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars of their retirement income through our programs. Call in and request a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, which is filled with client testimonials. In my book, I will teach you how to build a retirement income plan that is contractually guaranteed to keep your money safe and to provide lifetime income you can never outlive. When you read through our Safe Money Kit, you will find out why local retirees have chosen us to help them protect their retirement money. It is an honor to serve this community as one of the recipients of the 2022 Trusted Advisor Award, and it would be an honor to work with you and your family. Just call us anytime at 866-780-7233 and request our free information. There's someone standing by right now to take your call, and after the break, we'll jump right back into more information about Social Security planning. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Do you own an annuity? Do you understand what it does, how it works, and if it's right for your retirement plan? Some annuities have fees that might not be justified by their benefits. Some annuities are exposed to significant market risk. Worse yet, if an annuity was sold without proper planning, it can cause unintended consequences for your retirement. If you own an annuity, it's probably a good idea to find out more about how it works and if it's right for you. It's time to give Brad Pistole a call now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Brad will help you review the features and benefits of annuities you currently own without any obligation. Once again, you can call Brad now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe Money Radio. I am Brad Pistole, a market risk mitigation specialist helping clients with retirement money preservation and income planning. In 2019, 64 million Americans were estimated to have received Social Security benefits. And as we talked before the break, Social Security represents over 50% of retirement income for more than 50% of all retirees. Now, even though this is true, a recent Simply Wise survey found that less than 1 in 8 Americans aged 60 to 70 consider themselves to be very knowledgeable on the topic. And to make matters worse, only one person out of the 300 people surveyed knew the correct answer to all 5 of the questions that I'm about to share with you today. Now, these questions are fundamental, and having the wrong answer to these questions leads to people missing out on the income that they desperately need. So here's question number 1. Claiming at which age maximizes your monthly earned Social Security benefit? The correct answer is age 70. How many people got it right? 42%. The most common wrong answer, which was given by 35% of the people taking the survey, was that your maximized monthly benefit starts at your FRA, which is known as full retirement age. This is age 66 to 67 based on what year you were born. But again, that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is age 70. Question number 2. For non-disabled people, what is the earliest age you can receive survivor benefits? Correct answer, age 60. How many people got it right? 9%. The most common wrong answer, 21% of the people believe the age is 62. Question number 3. Does your spouse need to be receiving Social Security benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Correct answer? Well, the short answer is yes. When it comes to collecting spousal benefits on an ex-spouse's record, however, this is not necessarily the case. How many people got this right? 20%. Question number 4. Can divorced spouses receive survivor benefits? Correct answer? Yes. Now, the criteria differs slightly from those of married spouses. For example, the marriage must have lasted for at least 10 years, and there are rules for remarriage. But divorced spouses can collect survivor benefits in relation to a deceased ex-spouse. How many people got this right? 38%. Question number 5. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? The correct answer is yes. As is the case for survivor benefits, some differences do exist when applying Social Security rules to divorcees as opposed to married couples, but divorced spouses are eligible for spousal benefits. How many people got this right? 67%. Now, when you add up the percentages of people who got the correct answers, it comes to an average of 35.2%. That's 35.2% out of 100%. This shows just how serious the problem is when it comes to retirement income planning. You see, research shows that more than 50% of all retirees rely on Social Security for more than 50% of their income, and the majority of people would flunk a basic exam regarding Social Security questions. This is why it's critically important to work with a retirement income certified professional when it comes to your retirement. And that's exactly why my son, Hunter, and I completed our RICP financial designations through the American College of Financial Services. In September of 2022, I was the guest Social Security expert for Heather Schreiber's National Social Security newsletter. This newsletter goes out to subscribers all across the country, and it's focused on Social Security planning for retirement. The title of my article is Indirect Taxes Can Be Double Trouble for Seniors. Now, if you would like to read this article, just give us a call anytime at 866-780-7233. That's 866-780-SAFE. And you can also read this and many of my other nationally published articles on our website at guaranteedsafemoney.com. We want to make sure our listeners have access to the best and the correct information regarding Social Security planning. And if you want to find out why we are different than 99% of all the people who call themselves financial experts, just call us at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I like to let my clients tell you why they have chosen to work with us. Call in and request a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. It is filled with client testimonials. In my book, I will teach you how to build a retirement income plan that is contractually guaranteed to keep your money safe and to provide lifetime income that you can never outlive. When you read through our Safe Money Kit, you will find out why local retirees have chosen us to help protect hundreds of millions of dollars of their retirement money. It is an honor to serve this community as one of the recipients of the 2022 Trusted Advisor Awards, and it would be an honor to work with you and your family. Call us anytime at 866-780-7233 and request our free information. There's someone standing by right now to take your call. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Business owners, some of you have worked 20 and even 30 years to build your business. You're ready to sell this asset and go into retirement. You don't want to risk or lose any of your hard-earned money. Property owners, have you just sold your property and need to turn that money into lifetime income? How about 401k participants? Have you recently changed jobs or reached age 59 and a half and have a retirement account that you don't want to expose to market loss? If you have money you're counting on for retirement, we can ensure that you sleep at night with our income and wealth preservation planning. Don't gamble your life's work away if you are nearing or in retirement. Take some chips off the table and do something to take the stress out of retirement. Call 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. Millions of Americans have paid into the Social Security system, and unfortunately, research shows that the majority of those who are relying on this for their income have very little understanding of how the system even works. After all, there are more than 500 different ways to file for Social Security, so who wouldn't be confused? Common mistakes include misconceptions about spousal benefits, survivor benefits, child benefits, taxes on Social Security, maximizing Social Security while working, cost of living increases, and when and how to file. Some of these mistakes can cost retirees more than $100,000 in lifetime income. With all of the confusion, things get even worse when it comes to who to trust for the right information. You see, if you're above the age of 50, you probably receive something in the mail regarding Social Security, Medicare, or retirement planning every day. You hear commercials on the radio, you see commercials on TV, and you get invited to free dinners and free seminars all the time. And guess what? They all claim to be financial experts. And believe me, I know what a challenge this is. You see, I take education seriously. I have a degree in education, and I have 3 financial designations. I'm a certified financial fiduciary, a certified annuity specialist through the Institute of Business and Finance, and a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. In addition to these designations, I have been a member of the Ed Slott Master Elite IRA Training Group since 2010. I have taken part in more than 20 three-day training sessions with Ed Slott. When it comes to my opinion regarding Social Security planning, I can assure you, it is backed by extensive education. You see, I've been in the Savvy Social Security Planning Network for more than a decade. Now, this was created by a certified financial planner and my friend Elaine Floyd. I have worked with National Social Security Advisor Heather Schreiber for many years. I've had her as a guest on this show and on YouTube many times over the years. In the Retirement Income Certified Professional course through the American College of Financial Services, there are 18 different core topics that are covered regarding retirement income planning. Now, this includes things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, life insurance, fixed annuities, fixed indexed annuities, variable annuities, MIGAs, reverse mortgages, estate planning, and of course, Social Security. In fact, Social Security planning is covered in depth in the RICP course. They emphasize just how important this one topic is because it often represents more than 50% of the income for families who are retired. When it comes to your retirement planning, who are you listening to for your advice? Is it someone you listen to on the radio, or maybe you saw on TV, or maybe you received something from them in the mail inviting you to some free dinner, seminar, or event? If so, have you ever taken the time to Google that person or that financial firm? Have you looked to see if they have any special financial designations or specialized education? Have you looked them up on their state's insurance website to see if there has ever been a claim or complaint filed against them? Here's an important one. Have you ever looked them up on FINRA.org to see if they have ever had a lawsuit filed against them? You see, if you do this, you'll find out whether or not they've been sued, why they've been sued, and whether or not they settled that lawsuit and paid fines and fees associated with it. In this day and age, I don't know why anyone would ever hand over their life savings to someone before performing a thorough background check on them. If you want to find out why we are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and why I was selected as one of the 2022 Springfield Business Journal's trusted advisors, just call us at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I'll let my clients tell you why they have chosen to work with us. Call in and request a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. You see, it's filled with client testimonials. In this book, I will teach you how to build a retirement income plan that is contractually guaranteed to keep your money safe and to provide lifetime income that you can never outlive. When you read through our Safe Money Kit, you will find out why local retirees have chosen us to help protect hundreds of millions of dollars of their retirement money. Friends, it is an honor to serve this community as one of the recipients of the 2022 Trusted Advisor Award, and it would be an honor to work with you and your family. I will show you how to keep your money safe. Call us anytime at 866-780-7233 and request our free information. There's someone standing by right now to take your call. This is Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
If you were born between 1946 and 1964, you are part of an unprecedented generation of 76 million Americans known as the baby boomers. Have you taken steps to secure your retirement future with options to limit the loss of your principal retirement funds from market risk while utilizing key tax advantages? Why not ease the burden of transfer of funds to your heirs and insulate your money from the shocks of an increasingly volatile world economy? Give yourself and your family peace of mind and certainty that your retirement funds may have the opportunity to accumulate without the risk of market loss. So call us now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. It's time to start being safe. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back to Safe Money Radio. I'm Brad Pistole, a certified financial fiduciary and a safe money retirement specialist. We've been on the air every single week since 2010, and during my shows, you will often hear me talk about Ed Slott, a CPA from New York. Now, there's a reason why I talk about him so much. You see, there's only one person in the world who has been referred to as America's IRA expert and the best source for IRA advice, and that person is Ed Slott. Over the years, I've had the honor of interviewing Ed on my show many times. I've also spoken at some of the same national conferences with Ed, and I've had the chance to interview him in person. You can watch these interviews on my website at www.guaranteedsafemoney.com, and you can call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I am blessed to have Ed on the show as a guest again today, and we're going to be talking about the most important parts of your retirement plan that your advisor has probably never even discussed with you. Now, I've been good friends with Ed since 2010, and now I'm blessed to have my son, Hunter Pistole, an advisor on our team, join us as part of the Ed Slott Elite IRA Advisor Group, and this is what separates us from all of the other financial professionals in our area. Ed, thank you so much for joining us today. As you know, I talk about you on Safe Money Radio all the time, but if you would, please tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and about why you do what you do.
Well, by trade, I'm a CPA, as you said, a tax advisor, which I've been for 40 years already. Believe it or not, I can't believe it myself. But it hit me early on, over 30 years ago, that it's not only income taxes, but it's the taxes on your retirement savings. It hit me that people are putting all their money in retirement savings. You know, most people that work or save for retirement save it through IRAs and 401ks at work, not realizing that all of this money will be taxed at some point when they pull the money out, and there was really no plan to work out the tax planning. Not only that, they were making all kinds of mistakes, moving money from an IRA to a plan or back and forth, not realizing all these intricate tax rules that apply. And what was happening as an accountant, over the years, I started hearing all the war stories, but it was too late to fix anything. It was next year at tax time, then they would come in and I would find myself in the trap that most accountants are still in today, telling the clients that, oh, you know what you should have done? Oh, if we only did this last year. Because let's face it, most accountants, sorry to say, are history teachers. They tell you what already happened. Nobody wants to hear about the mistakes they made last year. So it hit me, you know, the planning has to be done not reactively, telling people woulda, coulda, shoulda, but proactively. That's why they call it planning. If you're just talking about the past, you're not planning, you're giving a history lesson. So it hit me that there would be a big area for planning out the distributions of these retirement accounts, these 401ks and IRAs. Everybody was focused on putting money in, but you have to realize the reason you're putting money in is that one day in retirement, hopefully, you can pull that money out as tax efficiently as possible. And nobody had a plan for what I call the second half of the game. The first half is all the working, the saving, the building, the investing. Those 30, 40 years you built that account. But the second half is what I call the distribution phase, where that money has to come out. And nobody was prepared for that, and that is still the case today, except what's happened now, all of these balances from people doing all these savings have accumulated, have ballooned. People have some large IRAs or even smaller ones, and now they need specialized planning that not every advisor is capable of doing. So what I did is, you know, Brad, many years ago, over 15 years ago, I created a group we call Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group, of which both you and Ashok are members. And what that is, that's an advanced educational study group that I believe any financial advisor, and if you're listening to me and your advisor does not have this education, your IRA, your retirement savings, your 401k, your 403b is in jeopardy because most financial advisors are still untrained at the second half of the game. Even if they're great and they make you lots of money, when it comes to retirement planning, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep after taxes. You can only keep you can only spend what you keep after taxes, and the average advisor has no plan for that. And that's why I created the best study, the only study group in America, so I guess we're the best ones, the only high-level advanced educational program, Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. And if you go online to www.IRAHelp.com, and go to find an advisor, you'll find the very few advisors that have this training that you need them to have to protect your savings. Under Find an Advisor, you'll find advisors like Brad and Ashok and others all over the country. Most advisors are not trained in this, and that's dangerous as you're approaching retirement. They don't have, the average advisor does not have the specialized knowledge. So that's what we create in Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group, which is a small group. It's about 400 highly educated advisors that believe in investing in their education. So my philosophy is that if your advisor is not investing in education, you shouldn't be investing with them because your money will be at risk. Not because they're not making you money. They may have made you plenty, but they could cost you on the way out when you need the money the most. When the paychecks stop and you're relying on keeping as much of that money as possible and making it last as long as possible. If you lose it to taxes, that money is never coming back. And many of these rules, these complex tax rules, are rigid and unforgiving. So you don't get a lot of second chances. So the kind of things advisors like Brad and Ashok get access to is all the case studies, the workshops, and all of these horror stories so they don't happen to you. So they're well informed to spot problems before they even begin. And my philosophy really is to match consumers. This is what I've been doing for over 15 years now with competent financial advisors, because as an accountant from the early days, I realized there was a void, and there still is. People weren't getting the correct information from their advisors. They were kind of on their own, and that's still the case today. So my mission is to match consumers with educated advisors that have specialized knowledge in the IRA and plan distribution area. When the money comes out, that's when you need to make sure you have the right plan to have more, keep more, and make it last.
Ed, thank you so much. You know, I've been attending your training conferences since 2010, and I counted just the other day, I've been to more than 30 three-day training sessions with you, and that doesn't include all of our interviews and radio time together, the conferences we've spoken at, and I cannot imagine what my financial practice would be like if I had not been training under you since 2010. And I know Ashok's trained with you for many years, and of course now my son Hunter's part of the group, so we're so grateful. Now, friends, many of you probably know you've either seen Ed on PBS or you've listened to him online. Maybe you've seen him on CNBC or you've read his articles in the Wall Street Journal. But you know that in 2021, he wrote a book that immediately went to bestseller list again. And that book is The New Retirement Savings Time Bomb. And if you would like to read a copy of that book, I'll give you a copy absolutely free. My number is 866-780-7233. That's 866-780-SAFE. Just give us a call today, and you can get a copy of the information that will change your life and your family's life forever. You see, you may not realize it, but your retirement accounts have tax tumors inside them, and if you don't remove them, they will kill your retirement savings. I am a safety and income specialist, highly trained under Ed Slott, and I will show you how to remove the tumors that are destroying your accounts. Call us anytime at 866-780-7233 and ask for our free information. There is someone standing by right now to take your call. Since I have to take a break, now would be a great time to call me for a complimentary copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. And I'll also give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. My number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Isn't it time to stop exposing your retirement to market risk? You're listening to Safe Money Radio with Brad Pistole.
When was the last time you did a beneficiary review on your life insurance and annuity policies? Did you know that many non-qualified joint annuities have incorrect beneficiary designations that completely bypass the joint annuitant from receiving death benefits? Another major mistake made on beneficiary designations can cause your death benefit to be subject to estate taxes or probate. This is something you cannot fix once you die, which is why you should call us now for a complimentary review of all life and annuity beneficiary designations. Your loved ones depend on this money. Let's make sure your money goes where it's intended. Our phone number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. Today we have a very special guest with us, Ed Slott, America's IRA Expert. Ed is a CPA, and there is no one on the planet who knows taxes and retirement account laws better than Ed. Ed, before we get back into a couple of questions today, I want to share something with our listeners. I think it'll get their attention. Because, you see, I've talked to literally tens of thousands of retirees from all across the country since I started hosting Safe Money Radio way back in 2010. And because of this, I know for a fact that most advisors are not talking to their clients about the things that will affect them in retirement the most. Most financial professionals are focused on what they are trying to sell to their clients. You know, things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, or life insurance. They're so focused on getting their clients' money into their accounts that they fail to focus on how to get the money back out of the accounts in the most tax-efficient manner. And this is what matters the most. So just listen to this. If you spent $1 million a day, it would take you more than 3,000 years to hit the $1 trillion mark. Now think about that for a minute. Spending $1 million a day takes 3,000 years to hit the $1 trillion mark. And our current national debt just hit $30 trillion. So in other words, if you spent $1 million a day, it would take you 90,000 years to reach the $30 trillion mark. Now hold on to your hats. We are currently spending $1 billion a day in interest alone on our $30 trillion national debt. Do you see the problem here? And do you see why taxes will be the biggest issue you face in your retirement? Not how much of a return you're getting or what kind of stock, bond, or mutual fund you own. Ed, now I know you have been on PBS for many, many years. You've had more than 5 shows on PBS regarding taxes and retirement planning, and I know you have a new show that's about to air in 2022. But in your most recent show that's been airing for the past few years, Retire Safe and Secure, you talk a lot about taxes and what a vital role they will play in retirement. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
Here's an always rule I use on my PBS show, and you should all watch the PBS show where I do a whole segment on life insurance. That's the show Brad was referring to called Retire Safe and Secure with Ed Slott. It's on all the PBS stations all over the country. Watch that. Ashok is right. I'm an educator. I'm a tax advisor. I don't sell stocks, bonds, funds, insurance, annuities. I don't sell any of that. I'm an educator and a tax advisor. But as a tax advisor, I have to tell you that most people don't understand that the single biggest benefit in the tax code is the tax exemption for life insurance. I'm not talking about term. I'm talking about whole life with cash value, money that can be used as a tax-free savings account in retirement. There are lifetime benefits that people are just not told about. And in an environment of rising tax rates, which is where I believe we're headed, anything tax-free will instantly be worth more. It takes the risk and the worry about what future higher taxes will do to your standard of living in retirement. The idea is, and I'll use one of my catchphrases from all my shows, is to move your money from accounts that are forever taxed to accounts that are never taxed. Tax-free is always better. You keep more of your hard-earned money, and you can do that with life insurance.
And that's exactly why in my first best-selling book, Safe Money Matters, I wrote an entire chapter on tax-free beats taxable every day of the week. And there's a reason why I own 10 life insurance policies as a part of my own retirement plan. So, Ed, thank you for that. Now, friends, in 2021, I wrote a new book because I knew the pandemic and the worldwide events that we were facing as a result of the pandemic would change our world forever. We are certainly watching these changes continue to happen every single day. I mean, you just cannot make up the stuff that's happening right now. The title of my new book is Bulletproof: The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, and Ed Slott wrote the foreword for this book. My book will show you how to protect 100% of your life savings from all of the ups and downs of the stock market. And it will show you how to generate lifetime income streams that are contractually guaranteed to last the rest of your life, no matter how long you live and no matter what is happening in the world around you. This is what will give you peace of mind in retirement. You see, you will never have to worry about running out of money, and I will show you exactly how to deal with the taxes that will destroy your accounts if you don't deal with them correctly. Now, if you would like a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, just call anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I am a highly trained specialist who's been training under America's IRA Expert since 2010, and I will show you how to remove the tax tumors that are destroying your retirement accounts. Call me at 866-780-7233 and just ask for my free information. I will even show you how you can get up to a 25% bonus on the first day you roll over your existing account to an account that will protect 100% of your principal. My number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. Since I have to take a break, now would be a great time to call me for a complimentary copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof: The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. And I'll also give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit. My number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Isn't it time to stop exposing your retirement to market risk? You're listening to Safe Money Radio with Brad Pistole.
Did you know that your Social Security could be much higher depending on what option you choose for claiming your benefit? Social Security income is not as simple as some think. When should you take it? Should you only take your spouse's benefit while you continue to work? Deciding how to receive your Social Security benefit can make your head spin. Don't decide about your retirement without the facts. Call us now and ask for your complimentary Social Security guide at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe Money Radio. I am Brad Pistole, a market risk mitigation specialist helping clients with retirement money preservation and income planning. Today, we've been blessed to have America's IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott with us on the show. Ed, as we start to come to a close today, I want to ask you something that I know is on the minds of our listeners. There is so much conflicting information that consumers hear these days regarding 401ks, IRAs, and retirement planning. You know, depending on what hour of the day you turn on the TV or the radio, you could hear two highly respected people say completely opposite things. One might say, for instance, annuities are terrible. And then the next person, like myself, might say annuities are a vital part of any successful retirement income plan. In fact, I own 6 of them. But which person should you listen to? And then one person might say, life insurance is one of the worst investments you could ever own. You should put your money in a good mutual fund or into your 401k. And then someone like you, Ed, just told our listeners in our previous segment that life insurance is the single greatest benefit in the tax code. And you are America's IRA expert. So how in the world would our listeners know who to trust? That is such a confusing thing. Could you talk about that for a minute?
Oh, I'm so glad. I was going to, you read my mind. I was going to close the program with that. If you're out there listening and you have saved in a retirement account, that's your life savings. To me, that is sacred money. And the only advisor you should use is an educated advisor. Now, how do you know if your advisor is educated? Well, you can ask them if they're a member of a study group like this. That's one thing. But the biggest problem I find with most financial advisors out there is that they're dangerous. Not that they're bad people. They don't know that they don't know. That's horrible. You know, they don't know that they may be making a retirement account ending error because they don't know that they don't know. I'm not saying that our advisors know everything, but they know what they don't know. They know to ask, and they have us and our experts as a back office, which is critical. So they know to ask. I think that's the beginning, or that's the essential foundation of education and knowledge. Knowing to ask. Being able to recognize, have your antennas up on things that need to be questioned, whereas the average advisor doesn't know to question because they don't know that they don't know. To me, that tells me if that's your advisor, your retirement savings are in grave risk.
Ed, I'm so grateful to be a part of the training team, and there's not one single week that goes by that I don't email or call in and talk to Sarah or Andy or Ian, because there are questions we come across every day that we just don't know the answer to. But I do know this: if I don't know the answer, I know exactly who does know the answer. And being able to text you or call you or email Sarah or Andy or Ian, anyone on the Ed Slott team, you're going to get book, chapter, and verse for what needs to be done regarding 401ks and IRAs and special tax rules regarding tax accounts. So, Ed, thank you so much for making it your life's mission to educate the public with the most important things that they will need to know regarding taxes and how to protect their life savings. I want to thank you for talking to our listeners today, and I just want to say what an honor it is for Hunter and I to sit at your feet as part of the Ed Slott Elite IRA Advisor Training Group. I've been studying under you since 2010, and I can't thank you enough, and our clients thank you. See, what I've learned from you has saved our clients millions of dollars in unnecessary taxes, fees, and heartache. And our clients' beneficiaries thank you. They don't even know, but they are the ones who will benefit from this the most, because the things that our clients put into place are going to save the beneficiaries millions of dollars in taxes in the future. So, Ed, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm proud to be with both of you, and I want us all to spread the message because it's in everyone's best interest. And I'm talking about the people listening that worked hard for their money to have more, keep more, and make it last. And that can only be done when you're talking about IRAs and 401ks and complicated tax rules with an advisor that has specialized knowledge and education in this area. Most don't. It's imperative that you work with an advisor that has that knowledge and is continually investing in their education.
Friends, in 2021, I wrote my second best-selling book because I knew the pandemic and the worldwide events that we were facing as a result of the pandemic would change our world forever. We are certainly watching these changes continue to happen every single day. I mean, you just can't make up the stuff that's going on right now in our world. The title of my new best-selling book is Bulletproof: The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. And America's IRA expert, Ed Slott, wrote the foreword for the new book. My book will show you how to protect 100% of your life savings from all of the ups and downs of the stock market. And it will show you how to generate lifetime income streams that are contractually guaranteed to last the rest of your life, no matter how long you live and no matter what is happening in the world around you. This is what will give you peace of mind in retirement. You will never have to worry about running out of money, and I will show you exactly how to deal with the taxes that will destroy your retirement accounts if you don't deal with them correctly. So if you would like a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, just call anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. I've been training under Ed Slott since 2010, and I will show you how to remove the tax tumors that are destroying your accounts. Call us at 866-780-7233 and ask for our free information. I will even show you how you can get up to a 25% bonus on the first day you roll over your existing account to an account that will protect 100% of your principal, and you will never run out of money. My number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. Well, that's about all the time I have for Safe Money Radio this week. But before I go, I want you to know that I sleep at night knowing that my clients have retirement plans that remove the stress of market loss from the money they depend on for retirement. And I want you to sleep well at night too. Until next time and at the same time, I'm Brad Pistole, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
You've been listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Find out how to contractually guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe while avoiding market loss so you can have the retirement that you deserve. Call Brad Pistole now for your complimentary Safe Money book and Safe Money information kit at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges applied to base annuity contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. The tax consequences of annuity income should be considered with the help of a licensed tax professional. Listeners should be aware of IRS penalties for withdrawing funds from an annuity before age 59 and a half. Fees may apply. Annuity guarantees are based on the insurance company's financial strength and claims-paying ability. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are taking just the first step towards protecting your retirement. It is important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program may vary based on state availability and are subject to change without notice.